Forget crop rotation. I found a stronger way to keep soil healthy. Most gardeners are told the same story. Rotate your crops if you want to keep your soil alive and thriving. While rotation works, it isn't always practical. Small gardens, limited space, and the desire to grow your favorite crops year after year make rotation nearly impossible. But here's the secret few are talking about. There's a far more powerful, direct, and lasting way to restore soil health without playing musical chairs with your plants. By harnessing natural processes like fermentation, composting, and microbial teas, you can keep your soil fertile, disease-resistant, and bursting with life no matter how many seasons you plant the same crop. This method doesn't just replace crop rotation, it outshines it. It transforms soil into a living ecosystem where plants thrive naturally. Nutrients recycle endlessly, and chemical fertilizers become unnecessary. Let's break down the exact strategies you can use to supercharge your garden soil and grow healthier, more resilient crops season after season. Why traditional crop rotation is no longer enough. Crop rotation rests on the idea that changing plant families every season prevents nutrient depletion and disrupts pest and disease cycles. While this makes sense in theory, it has major limitations. Not every gardener has enough land to rotate crops effectively, and in small spaces, planting the same family of vegetables in different corners is hardly rotation at all. Some pests, like nematodes, they remain in the soil for years regardless of where you plant. On top of that, rotation doesn't actually add nutrients back into the soil. It simply buys time before deficiencies show up. So instead of avoiding problems, why not actively build soil that resists pests, heals itself, and produces stronger crops year after year? That's where natural fermentation, cold composting, and homemade biofertilizers come in. The power of fermented plant juice. Fermentation is nature's way of breaking complex organic matter into simple, plant-ready nutrients, while multiplying beneficial microbes. One of the most powerful tools you can make at home is fermented plant juice, or FPJ. This simple solution feeds plants directly while enriching soil biology at the same time. Here's exactly how to make it. First, collect 1 kilogram of fast-growing green plant material, such as pumpkin tips, sweet potato leaves, or any vigorously growing greens. Next, chop them into small pieces and mix with 1 kilogram of brown sugar or molasses. Then, place the mixture in a clean container, cover loosely with a cloth, and let it ferment in a shaded spot for 7 days. After fermentation, strain out the liquid. This is your concentrated FPJ. For use, dilute 2 tablespoons, or about 30 milliliters, of FPJ in 1 liter of water and apply directly to the soil or spray on plant leaves once a week. Not only does this provide immediate nutrition, but it also seeds the soil with beneficial microbes that crowd out disease-causing organisms. Turning kitchen scraps into cold compost gold. Unlike hot composting, which requires frequent turning and large piles, cold composting is slow, steady, and perfect for gardeners with limited time or space. The beauty of cold compost is that it preserves more nutrients and fosters diverse microbial life, creating a powerful soil amendment. To start, layer your kitchen scraps, vegetable peels, fruit waste, coffee grounds, and eggshells, with equal amounts of dry matter like shredded cardboard, straw, or dry leaves. Keep the pile moist but not soggy. Over months, microbes and worms will quietly transform this pile into rich, dark humus. Once ready, spread a thin layer of this compost on your beds or mix it lightly into the topsoil. Even without rotation, this constant return of organic matter maintains fertility and boosts soil's ability to resist disease and hold moisture. Think of cold compost as your soil's insurance policy. It gives back everything your crops take out. Yeast fertilizer that recharges tired soil. Another simple but powerful recipe is yeast fertilizer. Yeast is packed with vitamins, amino acids, and growth-stimulating compounds. When applied to soil, it wakes up dormant microbes and stimulates root growth. To make it, dissolve 10 grams of dry baking yeast in 2 liters of lukewarm water, then add 2 tablespoons of sugar to feed the yeast. Let it sit for 2 to 3 hours until it foams. Then, dilute this mixture with 10 liters of water and use it to water your crops. This yeast fertilizer is especially useful for soils that have been overused or depleted. It jumpstarts microbial activity and helps plants recover quickly, even when grown in the same spot season after season. Banana peel tea for potassium-rich soil. Continuous planting of fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers often drains potassium from the soil, leading to weak stems and poor fruit development. Instead of rotating away from these crops, you can replenish potassium directly with banana peel tea. Here's the exact method. First, take 5 banana peels and chop them into small pieces. Next, add them to a blender with 1 liter of water. Then, blend until smooth and let the mixture sit covered for 24 hours. Dilute this with 5 liters of water and pour around the base of fruiting crops once every 2 weeks. This natural tea delivers a strong dose of potassium and phosphorus while adding organic acids that improve soil structure. The secret role of lactic acid bacteria. Soil doesn't just need nutrients, it needs a balanced microbial community. Harmful bacteria and fungi often dominate when soils are continuously planted, leading to root rot and poor yields. One of the best defenses is lactic acid bacteria, or LAB, which are the same beneficial microbes you'll find in yogurt and fermented foods. You can make a homemade LAB solution by mixing 1 cup of rice-washed water with 1 cup of milk. Leave it in a warm, shaded place for 5 to 7 days until a clear layer of liquid separates. Then strain and keep the liquid. This is your LAB serum. For application, dilute 10 milliliters of LAB in 1 liter of water and spray it onto the soil or directly on plant leaves every 2 weeks. This dramatically reduces harmful pathogens, boosts nutrient absorption, and strengthens plant immunity. Why this method beats crop rotation every time? You know, while crop rotation just postpones soil problems, these natural solutions actually solve them. Fermented juices feed plants instantly and, at the same time, enrich the microbial web. And, well, cold compost steadily rebuilds soil organic matter. Yeast fertilizer energizes tired soil. Banana peel. Tea restores lost minerals, and lactic acid bacteria balance the microbial community. When used together, they create a soil system that doesn't just survive continuous planting. It really thrives on it. Instead of worrying about where to move your tomatoes next season, you can focus on keeping your soil biologically active and nutritionally complete right where it is. This approach, honestly, gives you the freedom to grow your favorite crops year after year without any decline in productivity. Putting it all together for unstoppable soil health. The beauty of these practices is that they work together, you know. You don't need to choose one over the other. Use fermented plant juice weekly as a foliar spray, apply cold compost as a soil builder, water with yeast fertilizer monthly to keep microbes active, give banana peel tea every 2 weeks for fruiting crops, and spray LAB solution to keep harmful pathogens in check. Over time, you'll notice darker, crumbly soil, stronger root systems, healthier plants, and higher yields. Most importantly, your garden will become self-sustaining, needing less external input and producing more abundance season after season. Final thoughts. For decades, crop rotation was considered the holy grail of soil health. But times have changed. With the methods shared here, you don't need to rely on shifting crops around to maintain fertility. You can actively build soil that is alive, nutrient-rich, and resilient, no matter how often you plant the same crops. This isn't just theory. It's a hands-on, practical system that any gardener can start today. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Growth Hub Central Crops YouTube channel and share it with other gardeners who want to grow more while doing less. Together, let's spread these powerful soil-building secrets and transform gardens everywhere into thriving ecosystems of abundance.